Hello, happy Sunday from Waste Divide. I'm on top of a mill van right now, and it's such a beautiful day that I wanted to give you a little overview of how camp is laid out here. First of all, behind me, as you can probably hear, we have our power generators. These are our big power generators that supply power to everybody here at camp. They're kind of loud, but it's really the only major noise source here besides the aircraft that we have operating. I'm gonna just step behind the camera and give you a quick overview of how everything is laid out. So obviously there's the power plant. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit because if we pan over next to the power plant, this over here is Tent City. This is where everybody lives. That's where my tent is. Kind of stuck out there to the end of town. And if we keep on panning over a little bit more, this is town. This is the main section, camp, Waste Divide. It's where the rec tent and comms and the galley and the mech shop and everything. In front of that, like right over here, you can kind of see the cargo lines. That's all sorts of supplies and cargo. You can also see a twin otter operated by Ken Boric Air. That twin otter is being used by the PoleNet scientists to reach field sites this season. And then next to that, as we pan over a little bit, you can start to see some black flags kind of off in the distance. Those mark off the skiway for the aircraft. So it's I think it's about 2.5 to 3 miles long skiway, and that is for landing the Twin Otters as well as the LC-130 Hercules aircraft. And that continues on. Over here, these mounds of snow are berms which we use to store supplies and equipment over the winter. And then you can keep on seeing the skiway. I'm gonna keep on panning around actually. Beyond this, let's zoom out a little bit. Beyond this, it's just the nothingness. It's just the Antarctic ice sheet that keeps going on and on and on. As we swing around here, you can start to see the drill arch and kind of where I'm working on our project. So you can see right here, we're actually looking at the drill arch, although it's buried under about 30-40 feet of snow and ice right now. You can see two lines of flags there and there. Those mark the ramps that go down, snow ramps that go down to the level of the arch. And then above the arch you can see these science tents. These tents are used by the borehole loggers who are placing instruments down into the existing borehole to do some logging. But we're working underneath all of that in the arch. It's pretty nice in there, and we're taking apart all of the gear. And so we can continue to pan back around, and then we get back to the power plant. So there's a full view from the top of the mech shop mill van we've got over here. Hope you like it. Talk to you soon. Alrighty, walking into the drill arch. This is where I'm working out here at Waste, and thought we'd just take a little walk down into the arch to check out all the gear we have down there. I'm just gonna walk with my camera and hope this works. So you can see we have this big ramp that we've had cut down here for us. This is just to give us good access for tractors and loaders and all sorts of equipment, so that we can drag all of our gear out here on big pallets. It's kind of a big operation to get these massive pieces of gear out of the way. So as we walk down here, I'll tell you, this actually used to be above the ground. We're walking down to what used to be the ground level, and over the years it's just been completely drifted in, and we've just had to keep on digging it out and keep the whole place accessible. These two doors open up and give access to the big loaders, but we use the little door normally. So walking into the drill arch here. Here's where I'm working. This is the drill arch. There's Jim. Hey Jim, what's up?
Hello.
How's it going? As you can see, we're packing up crates of all the gear down here in the winch pit. We used to have the big reel of fiber optic and power cable and all the associated machinery, which we just removed yesterday. Pretty big success for the project. Above it you can see our big blue gantry crane we used to lift all the heavy equipment. Around here on the side used to be the centrifuge for spinning the drilling fluid out of the ice chips, tanks for all the fluid, control panels, all sorts of other gear. You can keep walking through here. You can see in this arch, since we're in the arch, it's pretty high, and that height is to accommodate the tower that supports the drill and the cores that come on up. That's why it's so high. And then this right here is the control room, which controls the drill. Looking down, it's very high in the arch, but there's also a huge slot. This is about a 40-foot deep slot cut into the ice, cut with chainsaws and by hand. And at the very bottom, you can kind of see down there, there's a silver cap with a slot in it. That's the actual top of the borehole. That goes down about 10,000 feet into the ice sheet, and is filled with a drilling fluid to keep it straight and level and prevent it from collapsing on itself. This is all the machinery that we still have to take out, but there's one piece of cable about ready to go in there now that goes up through the roof, and that goes up to the borehole logging tent. So that's kind of the current access. There's another gantry crane we're walking underneath, and walking to the back of the arch. This is where so from here, the tower swings up, right? Swings up from the slot into a horizontal position, and then the core samples are loaded right here in this area that I'm standing, through this little slot in the wall over to the core handling side. Here's an optical table used for various purposes throughout the years. Let's see, you can walk real quick into the control room if you'd like to see that. This is actually an industrial freezer, a walk-in freezer that we adapted, cut some windows into. It's nice and warm in here. It's nice for us to work, and when the drillers were actually drilling, kind of nice for them to have a warm place for all the gear. Open windows. And then let's keep on walking back. This little alcove used to be another emergency exit. It's now been completely drifted in, so we can no longer use that door. Walking through to the other side. This side here in the arch is it's pretty damn cold. Let's see, it says 10 degrees Fahrenheit, like negative 12 or 13 Celsius. Walking over to this other side, this actually used to be refrigerated even colder, to keep the core samples nice and chilly, prevent them from changing. So you can see all sorts of ductwork here going through the floor. There's machinery down there, lots of ductwork and air vents and everything. The core handling side is being used by our carpenters right now to build all sorts of boxes and crates and pallets and shipping containers for us. Here's some stuff that was on the shelves that we're going to get ready to catalog and ship out. So then walking over to the other side, this is the complete opposite side. I'm going to walk out here, and here's another ramp that goes up to the snow surface. So let's walk up the ramp. This ramp is a little bit shorter, but steeper. I like going up this one better. Today's a beautiful day, but sometimes this is a little apocalyptic feeling when there's so much snow and ice blowing around in the air, and it's cloudy and windy and super cold. Today is exceptionally nice. And you can see Tent City and camp all the way over there. And then if we kind of walk around, and get a good view of here. Actually, let's get a good view of the core handling area, and then the borehole loggers tents on the surface there. So there you go. hope that was good. Over the next few weeks, we'll be taking apart all of that machinery in there and shipping it back to Madison. Talk to you soon. Hey, good morning, Waste Divide. Just wanted to show you my tent and where I'm living out here at the West Antarctic Ice Sheet Field Camp. This is my tent. It's an Arctic oven made by Alaska Tent and Tarp Company from Fairbanks in Anchorage. It's actually pretty warm, and it's got a lot of space. It's only me in there, as you know, it's got a bunch of space. It's got a couple of unique features that I kind of wanted to point out. You can see there's a bunch of stakes all around the tent. There's actually a skirt that goes from the fly all the way down, and you pack snow over it so you can kind of seal the base of the tent so no drifts or snow gets up under there. Additionally, it's guyed out, and then it has a couple ports for cables and stovepipes and everything. Here at Tent City, everybody is on a little grid, and everyone has a flag, so we know where everybody is. Let's see. Beyond me, as you can see, with the tents there, and then beyond me is just nothing. It just goes off onto the Antarctic ice sheet. So it's a little intense getting out of my tent every morning and being able to just look off into nothingness. I wanted to show you the rest of it, do a little walk around here, I can kind of point out some other things in camp and around. So I'm going to pick up my tripod. So here's the tent. You'll see on the backside, which is not illuminated right now, but this is my Enerplex solar panel. This produces, it's got 4 panels that I kind of put over one of the sides so that it has a little bit more angle. This produces 6 watts of power, which is output through a USB port. And I have my random USB cable sealed with some Kapton tape there, which goes into one of the little ports on the tent, and then into a battery system, an Enerplex battery system that works pretty well. This solar panel with 24-hour sunlight here in Antarctica keeps the batteries charged completely, pretty much all the time, no matter how much charging I do of my cameras or anything else, it keeps it charged. So this is the tent. That's pretty much it, just some windows there, and it's all guyed out. You can see beyond my tent from Tent City, you can see the rest of Waste Divide. That's what we call town. But here in Tent City, some people have these Arctic ovens like I have. A bunch of people have 4-season mountaineering tents. This is a North Face one over here. Looks like over there's a Sierra Designs, more North Face. There's a Mountain Hardwear over there that's pretty drifted in and kind of needs to be dug out a little bit. And then the pointy one over there in the distance is a Scott tent. So there you go. There's Tent City, Waste Divide, Antarctica. It's a Sunday, so it's pretty chill, but the weather is great. So I thought I'd give a little intro. Talk to you soon. Hey, welcome to my tent. This is my tent here at Waste Divide on the West Antarctic ice sheet. I thought I would take you on a little tour of my tent where I've been living. It's January 17th right now, and I've been living here at camp for about two and a half weeks, and we've got just a bit more to go. Finish up our project and get out of here, get back to McMurdo, and then redeploy. But this is where I've been living. It's actually a pretty nice tent. I'm here on the ice and snow, but underneath me there's like a big thick cardboard box with a little insulation here. This is an Arctic oven, which is an Alaskan company, and they make these very warm, extreme weather tents out here at Tent City. There's also lots of other tents. There's a bunch of North Face and Mountain Hardwear and other 4-season mountaineering tents, but these Arctic ovens, I think, are the nicest. Let's see, I'll show you some of my stuff. Actually, just to give you a sense of where I am, with my nifty double RL scarf. So here's Antarctica, here's the Ross Sea, and Ross Island is where McMurdo is. We're in West Antarctica, so that is right around over here. So we're at camp somewhere right in here in West Antarctica. But let's see, other things behind me. I'm obviously in my sleeping bag. This is where I sleep. This is a 4-season sleeping bag, and then I have a little fleece liner that I use that makes it a little bit warmer, and then there's a wool army blanket down here. I'm not sure if you can see that. I usually sleep in my, just my t-shirt, my technical t-shirt, and my Patagonia R1, and my super warm Black Diamond Cold Forge hoodie, which I just got and I like very much. I'm on top of a super thick thermarest and another pad here. Let's see, it's always sunny here in Antarctica in the summer. The sun does not set, it just circles around above us, and because of that it's always light. So to go outside, you've always got to be wearing something on your eyes. I've got my sunglasses, 2 pairs of Smith goggles, just in case, and I've got some eyeglasses around here, but you've got to have eye protection all the time. My gloves, my Canada Goose jacket, my Big Red. This is the standard issue Big Red jacket issued by the United States Antarctic Program, and I don't know if you can see on there, but I have my Explorers Club pin, which I think is pretty cool. Also, let's see, things I usually have near me. Oh, next to me, I have my pee bottle. Pee. This is for pee. It's not something you want to confuse with your other bottles. Always keep next to the sleeping bag. 2 thermoses. Any liquid that's not in an insulated container will freeze here very quickly. So thermoses. My super cool moose jaw bowl, which I use for leftovers and bring some snacks back to the tent. This is just the local VHF radio that we use to talk to each other around town. And then I've got a little Iridium phone to make calls and talk to the home office and get things going. My notepad, of course, with my Fisher AG7 space pad. Thank you, Jason, for that. Let's see, other things. I'm actually going to pick up the camera here. Let's see if I can do this and make this work. So let's see, other things I've got in here is my backpack. I use that as my day pack. Those are my big old Baffin boots. Those are big, heavy boots, and I'm getting some leg muscles developed from wearing those things, but they're good. What I prefer to wear is my down booties. I love those things. My Carhartt overalls are over there, and another thermos. This is my big old Patagonia gear bag that I keep everything in except for my sleep kit, which goes down here. And then, and I've got my trendy Beta brand space jacket, as well as some disco pants, just in case you gotta dance, I guess. Also, lots of pairs of socks. I've got some government issue socks over here, some darn tough socks over here, which I like very much. Lots of underlayers. You got to be changing your clothes somewhat often here because things get smelly. So some MeUndies and more poofy jackets and everything. I've got snacks. Ooh, look at this. This is my little bag of snacks. Some energy, some chocolate and granola bars and tea and coffee in there. Down here, stop that from swinging. Down here is my little corner for charging. So I've actually got a solar panel on the outside of my tent from Enerplex, and this cord here, this is a USB cable, goes all the way up and then out this little stovepipe hole out to a 6-watt Enerplex solar panel on the outside. Since it's light out 24/7 here, it's nice and easy to charge gadgets. And I've got my Enerplex battery charging, which will charge my Sony RX100 Mark III, my iPhone, and my Nikon waterproof, shockproof camera, as well as the GoPro I'm using for this right now. And that's about it for my tent. I guess I did a little talk outside my tent, but if you want to see what it looks like exiting the tent, I'm gonna exit my sleeping bag here. And let's see, let's just crawl out of the tent. So this is what it looks like when I crawl out of the tent in the morning, except I'm actually wearing more clothes in the morning. These things, unzip this. It has a really small vestibule. Doesn't really do much. Let's see, open this up, and you pop your head out, and there you go. This is what's outside the Antarctic ice sheet, and a couple other tents around me. One going on a skidoo coming back, and there's town all the way over there. You can see that the snow drifts in over the little skirt of the tent pretty quickly. So we get too many drifts in here. And so there you have it. Tour of my tent here at the West Antarctic ice sheet. Talk to you soon. All right, so behind me you can see Tent City, where we live here at Waste Divide. But now I wanted to take you on a quick tour of the center of town, all of our main work tents and galley and everything else. So I'm going to pick up the camera here, and we're going to go on a little walk. So this is Tent City, and now let's pan on over and see the track going out to the drill arch. This is the start of the power lines, and right over here on the other side, here's the center of camp. So let's pick up the camera, and we're just going to go on a little quick walk through as many of the facilities as we can hit here. You'll notice that the first thing we hit is these two blue tents. These are the living quarters for our carpenters and our pilots. This is where the Ken Boric Air pilots live. They get full rest, it's called, so they get kind of the preferential big tents versus individual tents. Our carpenters are right over here, as well as some mechanics and just kind of other guys who come through camp who don't want to be sleeping in the tents out in Tent City. The next tent we have is the medical tent. Our PA, Craig, both lives here and also uses this as the chief medical tent. I'm not sure if he's in there right now, but let's just take a quick look in. Hello, Craig? Okay. Let's take a quick look in. Here's a quick look inside the medical tent. Bed, medical equipment, heater, another bed behind there. So, alright, so there's medical. Moving on over, this is our rec tent here, and you'll see this is the recreation module, and then this is our wash module. So rec tent, wash mod. Over here, behind it, there's a pile of snow. That is super clean snow from our snow mine right over there. And that's what we use to melt in the snow melters to make drinkable and bathable water. Let's take a quick little walk over. So, here we go into the rec tent. You can see we've got lots of cross-country skis stacked up outside the rec tent. We've got these double door vestibule. There's some poles. And here's the rec tent. In here we have sports gear, recreation gear, all sorts of stuff. There's a spinning bike. These are two computers that are hooked up to our intermittent email access, email only. We have a little keyboard. What else we got going on here? Here's a little lounge area. We have a projector hooked up so that we can all have kind of community movie nights. Coming on back here, this is our wash mod with cubbies. There's two showers. This is our snow melter tank and water tank right over there. And some more supplies. And then we turn around, this is our public phone booth. So we have unlimited access, and we have a little Iridium phone hooked up. Ooh, focus? Yeah, no focus. But it's an Iridium phone, and it's hooked up to an external antenna. And we can just sit in here and make calls via Iridium whenever. It's quite convenient. Also, naturally, some sinks. Hi. So let's walk on out of the rec tent. Now, continuing on, I'm going to do just a quick lap through here. So, we're out of the rec tent. Let's walk over to the galley. This you can see is the galley, long tent, and then that's the actual kitchen area on that mod there. So we walk right on over. We have our Waste Divide sign. Welcome to Waste. Yay. Hello. Hey, howdy. Let's walk in the galley. It's easy to keep drinks cold out here in the vestibule, but not frozen. So here in the galley, coat area. This is kind of our little daily board. It's Sunday, so everything's real chill. We kind of see what's going on. And not only do we use these tables to eat, but everything else happens here. People eating lunch. It's lunchtime now. Howdy, Greg. This is our coffee station. We've got all sorts of snacks out here to take out to our field locations. Ooh, fresh scones, good stuff. Here's some enchiladas, I think, and this is the galley back here. Kitchen, hey guys. Everybody helps out with house mousing to clean stuff up. Everyone has personal mugs and community mugs. Some Christmas lights, nice skylights and everything. So take a little walk on out and continue on. We have a projector screen up here if we need it to assemble everyone for presentations. Oh, we have travelogues every week. People do slideshows. Still waiting my turn to do. Let's keep on walking. Go out the door. Let's see. Our next tent is the comms tent. This tent, you can see there's some antennas sticking out from the top. If we look over on the side of it, this is our main internet email satellite dish. It's pretty old, but it works to give us like a communication window once a day to send and receive emails up to 50 kilobits. Sorry, up to 50 kilobytes each. And let's see, let's just pop our head in here. Hello, anybody? Oh, hey Heather. What's up?
What's up? No.
Saying hey, just checking out the comms tent.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Doing some weather. Yep, doing some weather readings.
I don't know if I'm ready for
all right, talk to you soon.
Alright.
Alright, so that's Heather, one of our weather observers, meteorologists. And actually, oh, there's Ryan cross-country skiing through town. So you can actually see we've got a bunch of comms antennas, our dish, some HF antennas back there, and then there's a little post with our weather instruments. Next up, the next three tents are science tents. So this is where us grantees, scientists, kind of have some of our in-town gear set up. So let's just pop our heads in here. Pretty basic, but you know, lots of just staging space for gear to keep things set up. This next one is my science tent, where my group with the University of Wisconsin IDDO department, Ice Drill Design and Operations, has all of our gear. We have little individual desks in here. Hey, keep computers, kind of hang out, plan our days. And then let's back up from this science. Third science tent is kind of nifty. This is the tent for the PoleNet group. They are flying all over the continent to service PoleNet sensing sites. So they've got a lot of interesting field gear in here. Let's just take a quick look in. Hello. Oh, howdy. Okay. Good stuff. There's PoleNet. And then the next one, the last mod on this line, is the mech mod. So this is all the shop where we've got all sorts of tools and everything we use to service our bulldozer, our track loader. So let's roll right in here, quick picture. So lots of Lots and lots of tools. To be so far away from everything and have this many nice tools is pretty special, I gotta say. So if we back up from McMod, and there's just a supply tent. Wow, that looks like a double Arctic oven. How do I get one of those? Here's our piston bully, a little snow groomer, and our bulldozer, track loader, and then of course right over here as we get to the end of the line, our Ken Borak Air Twin Otter. Currently PoleNet is flying on this to make it out to their field sites, but it's definitely an awesome plane. It's Sunday, so it's not flying today, but it does fly most days when the weather is good. They're trying to make it to as many sites as they can. So that's the deal. As we get to the end of the line, the other notable piece of gear to take a look at is we're walking over towards the skiway now, and so you can see over here these little boxes sunken into the snow are fuel bladders. These are actually flexible bladders that we fill with fuel that we use to power everything, generators and everything at camp. We actually take this fuel from the LC-130 Hercules that land here. They come with a little extra fuel, and we'll take the extra that they have if they can safely spare any. And then I'm just going to set up the camera right over here and give you a shot of this. This is going out to the skiway, which is where the Twin Otter and the Hercs land and take off. So let's set this up so you can see on the skiway there's a whole bunch of black flags stretching off into the distance that way and stretching off into the distance this way. That's where the planes land. Let's see. So there you have it. The center of Waste Divide Field Camp in West Antarctica.
Hey, it's January 22nd, 2015. I'm sitting here up at the flight controls of a Ken Borak Air operated DHC Twin Otter, which is currently parked and being worked on at the Waste Divide West Antarctic Ice Sheet Field Camp, where I've been living and working for the last three and a half weeks, I guess. It's kind of cool to check out this plane and just be living and working with the Ken Borak flight crew, where we have time to just sit in the galley, hang out, talk about flying, talk about what they're up to, what I'm up to out here working on the disc drill disassembly, and kind of hanging out. It's parked today, and they're actually maintaining it. Howdy.
Hey.
And so I just thought I'd come sit in the cockpit and check it all out. It's an uncommonly sunny and awesome day out here. The sun is great. It's usually completely overcast and windy with ice crystals blowing around everywhere, and today is just beautiful and relatively warm, although we're expecting a -40 wind chill later today as the clouds come in. I'm also waiting for my flight out of here today. This evening we're supposed to get our flight out back to McMurdo, and then we'll have 4 or 5 days in McMurdo, and then back to New Zealand and onward from there. So it's been a good 3 weeks at Waste. Had a great time kind of getting to know the 3 other guys that I'm working with directly, as well as Otto and Smouse, the carpenters, who came with us to help us out with operations, and had a great time getting to know the camp staff and getting to explore camp and doing some great work on the arch. It's been satisfying, fulfilling, and really interesting getting to work on the drill arch, taking everything apart, categorizing it, taking inventory, and just getting to work on big equipment. Some ripping apart big cranes and lifting big heavy things and driving snowmobiles with gear on it all around and organizing everything. It's been really cool. So there you go. It's been a great time. Looking forward to coming back sometime soon, and looking forward to more interesting work locations and interesting adventures and everything else. But so anyway, that's that. If you're interested, here's the Twin Otter that I'm sitting in. So outside, actually, are they opening it? Yeah, you can see they just opened up the cowl of that engine's kind of working on servicing it a little bit. Here's the flight controls locked because I'm not a pilot, nor is the plane on. So I'm sitting here, and then you can see in the back they've got this 2 big ferry tanks already hooked up so that they can soon fly the plane back to Canada. A long trip from Western Antarctica back to Canada, but that's what they're gearing up to do next. Yeah, and here's the view at the front of the cockpit. As you can see, just beautiful day out. Spectacular day. That's looking into the front of camp. You can see our NSF and our USEP flag flying on the galley over there. And that's it.